Hi everyone, welcome to Eden's Secret and episode 11 of soap making from scratch. If you haven't seen episodes 1 through to 10, I'll put a playlist link in the description box below the video, also in the top comment below the video and in the information card in the top right hand of the video. So if you click any of those, it'll take you right back to episode 1 and it'll play right through. If you're just here for this video, great. I would love it if you can share this video. That's the best way you can help me here at Eden's Secret. I'd love to grow my channel, and I'd be so grateful if you shared the video. Right, so ingredients we're going to use today. So this is the 5 oil and butter soap recipe plus castor oil. So it's 6 oils really. So we have got, I'm changing out some of the oils that we've used so far and adding some new ones. I just thought you might like to change it up. So we've got castor oil, we've got coconut oil, and we've got olive oil. Those 3 we've used in every recipe so far. We've also got hemp seed oil we're going to be using today, and rice bran oil, lovely golden colour. And in this container here we've got some palm oil. Now palm oil can be a bit iffy as per saving the planet, but as long as you buy sustainable palm oil, nothing will have been harmed in the farming and manufacture of that palm oil. Palm oil is a fantastic ingredient for soap. It makes your bar harder. It's just got really great qualities, and it's used all across the world for many different things. A lot of food, most of the ice cream you buy has got palm oil in it, and a lot of companies, most companies now are looking for sustainable palm oil. So we are going to use some today in today's recipe because I actually really like it. So the type of lye we're using is NaOH. Our weight of oils is going to be in grams. We need 851 grams of oils. Our water as a percentage of oils is 25%. 5% super fat with no fragrance. And the oils and butters we're using are coconut oil, olive oil, palm oil, rice bran oil, hemp oil, and castor oil. Just double click those to add them to the box if you want to do the soap calculator. Coconut oil 325 grams, olive oil 350 grams, palm oil is just 45 grams, 51 grams of rice bran oil, 57 grams of hemp oil, and 23 grams of castor oil. Calculate the recipe and make sure the measurements are right. This is the Eden's Secret 5 oil and butter recipe. If you want the recipe, send me a message through the website and I'll send you the PDF. Plus castor oil. And then all of your measurements and weights and everything are there. Your water measurement is 212, lye 124, oils 851, and the full weight of the batter will be 118815. All of your oil ingredients are there, as well as the percentage, the pounds, the ounces, and the grams. We're using grams. Okay, the quality of the bar, I'm trying to make it so we can get those bubbles up as high as possible, but the cleansing, you'll notice, is just outside the box, but that just means it's a more cleansing bar. It doesn't matter. To get the bubbles up, you've got to increase the coconut oil and that increases the cleansing as well. So everything else is within range. Okay, and then you just want to click to print your recipe. Okay, so it's time to make our lye solution up, and I can see that we need 213 grams of water. You notice the water's been the same for most of the soaps we've done in the Soap Making from Scratch series, but the lye changes all depending on which oils go in there. Okay, 213, and then we're going to make up our lye, so I'm just going to pop some rubber gloves on. Along with my goggles, and I've got the window open so the wind is blowing in this direction. So I'm going to stand on this side while I'm actually measuring out the lye. So we're just going to tare that, and then we need 124.4 grams of lye for this recipe. Now it's nearer to 124 than it is to 125, so I'm going to add 124 grams. I always make up my lye first before I measure any oils or anything like that, because this is the one that takes longer to cool down. If you're not heating all of your oils up together, the lye will take longer to cool. But if you do heat all of your oils up together, some people like to do that. I just like to melt the solid oils and then add the cold liquid oils into the solid oil that's melted, which brings the temperature down much quicker. And if you want a link to anything that I'm using in the video today, including my new lovely white brand spanking new scales, salter scales, the links are in the description box. Okay, so it's now time to add the lye into the water. So get yourself a metal spoon ready. And then just gently pour your lye into your water. Always the lye into the water, never the other way around. Because you can never pour all of the water into the lye quick enough. And then just give it a stir. Just stir continuously until you can feel that all those granules have dissolved. I know a lot of this is repetitive, but I'm just imagining certain people that are tuning in for the first time in the Soap Making from Scratch series. If you are just tuning in for the first time, we actually have a playlist called Soap Making from Scratch, and we've got at least 10 episodes now. So you might want to watch Soap Making from Scratch from episode 1. The link is in the description and also in the information card in the top right hand corner. If you click on there, you'll be able to watch from episode 1, and you'll learn a lot more by watching all the episodes rather than just tuning in for this one. But if you just want one recipe and you think this might be the one, then stick around, because this is a progression of all the other videos that we've done so far in the Soap Making from Scratch series. And don't forget, if you want to help this channel grow, you can actually share the videos. I'd be really grateful if you did that. And also, if you want to become a subscription member of the channel, pay a monthly subscription, there is a join button or a link in the description box to do so, and you do get extra perks if you become a member. And then something new that I've seen that is coming out, I'm not eligible for yet. Yeah, and something new I've noticed on some people's videos is something called super thanks. So I'm hoping I'll be eligible for that soon. Okay, so you can see this liquid's nice and clear now. There's no lye settled on the bottom of the jug, so we're just going to pop that to one side and allow it to cool. And while we're doing that, we will measure our oils. Now that we have the lye solution made up, we're actually going to weigh out all of our oils. So we'll start at the top. So today, the highest weight of oil is actually coconut oil. So just take your large 2-litre Stewart jug, link in the description box for the Stewart jugs, and take the oil that I've actually warmed the coconut oil first today before we pour it into the jug. So we need 325 grams of coconut oil. I didn't have enough in my jug. There we go. Then we're going to add the palm oil, because the palm oil is solid and I actually want to melt the oils before I add the liquid oils. So the solid oils need to go in the microwave for a minute or so. And so palm oil is actually 45. Now instead of tearing this, I'm actually going to add the weights up as I go along, because we've noticed that when we actually tear the scales and then weigh all the oils at the end, often it can be less than it should be. So we're going to add 45 grams of palm oil. So 45 onto 25 is 370. So we're not adding much palm oil at all today. Whew. There we go. And I'm just going to melt those in the microwave. So luckily we're still at 370, so we're just going to give that a stir. Take any solid oil that's on the side, just pop it in and let it melt. So the next oil we're going to add is the olive oil. We need 350 grams, so that's 671. 721, isn't it? 721. So 371 add 350 is 721. So we want to pour the olive oil in until we're at 721. I'm just using regular golden olive oil. Slow it down when you start getting up near the weight. And it doesn't matter if you go over or just under slightly. Like there, we're at 720. And we're going to add some rice bran oil now. So rice bran is 51. So 721 add 51 is 772. I suppose I should try to be very precise and just put a little bit more olive oil in there till it pops up to 721. Now the rice bran and the olive oil, I simply just buy it from Sainsbury's, so you'll be able to get yours from any supermarket or wherever you buy oils from, whichever country you're in. So we're looking for 771 here. And the hemp oil is 57 grams, so add 57 is 829. And my hemp oil I got from the Soapery here in the UK. So if you go right back to episode 1, you'll see and watch the playlist, you'll see all the different oils that we've got. No, it must have a seal on it. No, it hasn't. Yes, it has. It's got a seal in there, look. It's got a good squeezy cap, this one, so you can probably control it better. So we're going up to 829. So why are we doing so many different recipes? Well, the reason is that at the end of each video I show you what the lather's like and I tell you what the soap feels like. and you'll see what it looks like, and then you can decide out of all the different recipes that I've done which one you like the best. And everybody's different, so I just thought it'd be great to give you a choice and show you all the different oils so that you don't have to go out and buy all of these different oils and practice yourself. You can get it from me without having to spend any money. So that's why I would love if you can support the channel more by either sharing the video or becoming a member. I was going to do Patreon, which would mean that you've got to pay a subscription membership to view the videos, but I decided against that because of all the people that have supported me on YouTube over the years. And I do realise some people can't afford to pay subscriptions for anything, and if you can't, then the best way you can support this channel is by sharing the video, liking, subscribing, commenting, just giving activity on the video should help with the algorithm. Right, now we're going for the castor oil, and we know for a fact this is the last oil that we're going to add to our soap. So we know the total weight of oils is 851. So we're just going to pour the castor in until we get to 851 grams. Now castor oil is thicker than other oils, so it's a little more difficult to pour, and as you can see it did go over just by a gram. So I'm going to remove a gram out of there. Obviously I can't remove a gram of castor oil, but I'll just remove a gram of the oil so that we know we've got exactly 851 grams. Right, now it's time to mix the lye and the oils together. Okay, it's time to blend the lye and the oils together. So you probably want to know what the temperatures are. The lye is at 37 degrees Celsius. And the oils are at 32. So they're not that different. They're not too different that it's going to make much difference. It's like baking. You know, you want to try and get the lye and the oils temperatures close to each other as you can. So just gently pour in your lye solution into the oils and give it a stir. Because we're not adding any fragrance, it does take quite a long time for the oil, the batter, to come to trace. So what is trace? Trace is the point at which the batter is ready to pour. Now you can see it's not transparent, but it kind of has a transparent look to it, the soap batter as it is at the moment. So we're going to blend that up until it's really, really opaque. And usually when you take your spoon out and you dribble on the top, it'll leave marks on the top. They call it ribbons of soap on the top of the batter. Well, you can see this is just sinking straight back in to the batter, so it's definitely nowhere near ready. If you don't have a hand blender, what you need to do is, could take hours, you just need to keep stirring your batter. I don't know how long it takes because I've never done it myself, but you can pick hand blenders up really cheap, like for £20, and it really is worth investing in one if you want to make soap seriously. You've probably got one in your cupboard anyway. So we're going to start blending now, so I will reduce the sound on the video so that the blender isn't too loud for those who are watching wearing earphones. See the ribbons on the top there, and I presume this is thickening up quicker because of the hemp oil. It did have a bit of a smell of the Aleppo soap that we did, the laurel berry oil, so that's interesting. So, and then we're going to put, so that's much faster with the hemp oil, so we're just going to pour that in there. So that's got a gorgeous, lovely, rich yellow colour. And as usual, we're going to C-pop it. That means cold process, which is what we've just done. This is the cold process. And then we're going to oven process it. So C-P-O-P, C-pop. That's cold process, oven process soap. We'll give it a tap. Then we're going to put it on an oven tray. We're going to put it in the oven at 170 degrees, and we're going to I'm going to leave the oven on for 15 minutes, then I'm going to turn it off, and I'm just going to leave it in overnight. It's mid-afternoon, it's about 3 in the afternoon here, so this will just stay in the oven overnight. Luckily I do have 2 ovens. One I use for cooking and one I use for putting the C-pop and the soap. I don't suggest, once you start adding fragrances, I don't think it's a good idea to put your soap in the oven with fragrances. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that will taint any food that you're going to cook in your oven. So anybody that C-pops a lot using fragrances, I'd love it if you could actually leave a comment in the description, leave a comment below the video and let us know if fragrance taints your oven. Okay, so looks like it's turned out pretty well. Let's unmold it. Unmold's dead easy out of that mould. Feels like a very hard bar of soap, so if you prefer harder soap, this is probably the one for you. But we've yet to do the lather test, haven't we? As always, give it a trim down with a potato peeler. It's definitely hard, so I wouldn't wait to cut this one. Okay, let's cut. So the cutter I'm using is from MRK Tools. I bought this from Etsy, but I think he's closed his Etsy shop, so the link is to his website, and I'm very happy with this cutter. And there we are. I know most of the soaps that we're making in the Soap Making from Scratch series all look the same, but they do perform differently. So it's all about doing a performance test with the sink. So we'll cut this and then we'll go and do a lather test. Now the reason I wipe the wire in between each cut is because it leaves the granules on the top, and I'll just show you. If you can see the wire, it's got little particles of soap. If you cut that, it leaves all those particles on the top. Obviously they do just wipe off, but if you want to avoid that, then just wipe the wire in between each cut. And it does look a little bit greener, this soap, doesn't it, than the colours of the others. And that's all down to that hemp oil. Now also the rice bran oil is quite yellow orange, yellowy orange colour. So if you want a really pale soap, you need to use all of the pale butters and oils. So shea butter, which is white, sunflowers oil's nice and pale, coconut oil, palm oil's pale, fractionated coconut oil is very, well, it's clear. So if you don't want any colour or very little colour in your soap bar, just go with the lighter coloured oils. So I'm just going to cut this in half so that we've got a sample size to go and use in the bathroom sink. And yes, I am doing the lather test immediately after the soap is made, so the lather is going to improve while it's curing over the next 4 to 6 weeks. I do a very low water content in my soaps, so I think 4 weeks is absolutely fine. The water's lukewarm at the moment, so let's go. We've got some nice big bubbles, so I really quite like this lather. So it seems to take a bit longer to get a lather with this soap, which is crazy when you think that it has got a higher content of coconut oil in. And this is what I've said before, you can't just keep adding and adding and adding coconut oil thinking it'll make your soap have more bubbles. Because sometimes it can have the opposite effect if you put too much of anything in. That's just what I've found anyway. But lovely lather, nothing wrong with it. Feels nice and smooth on the skin. And not sticky at all. Very, very beautiful silky feel on the skin, that one. I think out of all the soaps I've made so far, as far as the feeling on the skin after you've washed with it, I think this is the best so far. Okay, so I'm thinking a 5 oil recipe, 6 including the castor oil, is probably enough to do for the time being. We will do more in the future, but I'm wanting to change it up slightly. So if you are a subscription member of the channel, if you're not a subscription member of the channel and you want to join, just click the join button or the link that's in the description box below the video. One of the perks for members is that they can choose what I do in the future on these videos. So look out for a notification in the community tab, because I'm going to ask you what you would like to do next. And only those people who are paying a subscription, a monthly subscription, will be able to choose what they want me to do, whether it's milks or clays or something else. So yeah, look out for that, and it'll be coming up probably in the next week or so. So don't forget to check your notifications. If you haven't got notifications, click that notification bell so that every time I upload something, whether it be a video, a story or a community post, you'll see it right away. Okay, so that's it from Soap Making from Scratch, episode 11. We'll have another episode soon, and don't forget to tune in for that. Tune in not tomorrow but the next day for one of my regular videos. Now, my regular videos are techniques rather than, I do add the recipe in the description box, but I tend to use the same recipe every time for my regular soaps. My regular soaps are the soaps that I actually sell on the website. The soaps that I'm making, the Soap Making from Scratch series, I don't actually sell those because I don't have certifications for every single recipe. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for your support, everyone. It really does mean an awful lot to me. You're helping me to grow my channel. And I'll see you all very soon for another video from Eden Secret. Bye bye for now.